The Golden Globes are always a spectacle, flashing lights, designer gowns, Hollywood's elite gathered in one place, but this year it wasn't just about the awards or the fashion, it was about a moment that had everyone talking. Somewhere between the red carpet arrivals and after parties, Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber ended up in the same room. Let's be honest, their history is legendary, even though they've both moved on. Selena's happily engaged to Benny Blanco and Justin's married to Hailey Bieber. There's still that undeniable weight of what once was. So when Selena saw Justin at the Golden Globes, something shifted. Sources say she became deeply emotional, and honestly, who can blame her? The world watched them fall in love, watched them fall apart, and now the world is watching again.
But then you make me feel crazy. You make me feel like it's my fault.
What exactly went down? What did Selena feel in that moment? And why is the internet convinced this encounter changed everything? Let's break it down. Reports say Selena wasn't expecting to see Justin there. After all, it wasn't exactly his usual scene, but there he was, navigating the same ballroom, sharing the same energy, breathing the same air. Imagine being out celebrating one of the biggest nights of your career with your fiancé, and then boom, your past walks right into the room. It's like a sudden rush of emotions you weren't ready for, and that's exactly what happened to Selena. She wasn't just emotional because of who she saw, it seemed like she was emotional about who she is now. She's moved on, she's happy, she's secure.
Selena Gomez is here, double nominee tonight for Amelia Perez and Only Murders, and she's here tonight with her new fiancé, Benny Blanco.
Yes, Selena and Benny Blanco made their official public appearance together, and let's just say that they were aware of the task. Think Cinderella at the ball, but with a Hollywood touch. Selena arrived looking stunning in a light blue off-the-shoulder gown dripping in Tiffany company diamonds at every turn.
I feel very fancy. I feel a little bit like Cinderella. It's a good vibe.
It's a good vibe, and these jewels, this necklace.
Yes, Tiffany's. They were very sweet.
Things wasn't just about fashion. The couple was perfectly in rhythm, holding hands and exchanging glances. Benny, on the other hand, kept things sleek and traditional in a white suit. They weren't just attending the event, they were owning it. It was a public confession whispered in between moments. This is real, this is love, and we don't care who is watching.
And Benny Blanco is here because of the genie who granted him that wish. Man, lucky guy.
Selena Gomez is no stranger to having her relationships play out in the public eye, from her highly scrutinized romance with Justin Bieber to her brief flings that made headlines. Her love life has always been a hot topic, but with Benny Blanco things feel different from the moment their relationship became official. They've embraced the attention rather than shying away from it. Unlike other Hollywood couples who keep their romance private, Selena and Benny have been completely open, sharing affectionate photos and sweet moments on social media, even responding to fan comments about their love. When Benny first entered the picture, critics were harsh. After all, Selena had spent years being linked to high-profile names, and while Benny is successful in the music industry, he wasn't as widely known.
How did you get a woman like Selena Gomez to date you? For real. And I mean that with every sense of my being. I lost a lot of respect.
However, people soon discovered that their bond was based on genuine love, support, and understanding rather than status. One aspect of their relationship that stands out is how safe and drama-free it seems. Selena has openly gushed about how Benny treats her differently than any other person she has dated.
I am beyond proud to know that there is someone in the world that deeply cares.
He has been her friend for a long time and has supported her through good times and bad. Now he is the one who makes her feel genuinely loved and appreciated, and he doesn't hesitate to express it by calling her his favorite person in public or publicly standing up for her against trolls. Benny has demonstrated his commitment, and Selena has immediately returned the favor.
And I look at myself and I'm like, how did I get here? Like, how is this my, no, she's one of the sweetest, one of the most charming.
Being in a public relationship means constant scrutiny from every angle. Fans analyze every interaction, every social media post, and every glance exchanged at major events. But unlike past relationships that were overshadowed by drama or uncertainty, this one feels solid. There's no hesitation, no second guessing, just two people who are completely sure of each other. And let's be real, that probably made the moment with Justin even more intense. Hey race, where things get even more interesting. While Selena and Benny were living out their fairy tale romance, things on the Bieber side were looking a bit awkward. Justin was also at the Golden Globes, possibly with Hailey, and let's just say the vibes were different. Unlike Selena, who seemed happy, glowing, and deeply in love, Justin, according to reports, was keeping a low profile. He wasn't exactly mingling or making big statements. Some sources even said he appeared uncomfortable. After all, Justin was once part of one of Hollywood's most iconic love stories. Selena and Justin weren't just another celebrity couple, they were the couple that defined an entire generation.
Selena? Nice to meet you. I'm Justin. You're very beautiful. Maybe we can go out sometime.
Their romance was the kind that had fans emotionally invested, hanging on every update, every public outing, and every cryptic song lyric that might have been about each other. They started dating as teenagers, fresh-faced and hopelessly in love, and for years they kept coming back to each other no matter how messy things got. It was as if they couldn't quit each other no matter how hard they tried. But while the love was undeniable, so was the chaos. Their relationship was a whirlwind of highs and lows. Breakups and makeups, cryptic social media posts, and even a few diss tracks along the way. They were young, famous, and trying to navigate an incredibly intense relationship under the harshest spotlight imaginable. Ultimately, that spotlight became too much. By 2018, Selena and Justin had officially called it quits for good. This time fans were devastated, but those closest to them weren't exactly surprised. Their relationship had become toxic, with reports of jealousy, miscommunication, and emotional exhaustion from years of trying to make something work that just wasn't meant to be. Selena later opened up about the breakup, calling it one of the hardest periods of her life.
But then you make me feel crazy. You make me feel like it's my fault.
She didn't sugarcoat it. Selena admitted that the breakup was painful, that she had to rebuild herself from the ground up. In hindsight, though, she called it the best thing that ever happened to her. While Justin quickly moved on, marrying Hailey Baldwin just months later, Selena took the time to heal. She focused on her music, her health, and becoming the best version of herself. But hey, race, the thing about first loves, they never fully fade. Even when they're over, even when you've moved on, they still hold a piece of you. That's why the moment at the Golden Globes was so significant. Seeing Justin again in such a high-profile setting was always going to be emotional, not because she wanted him back or because there's unfinished business, but because for someone like Selena, who has spent years reclaiming her narrative and proving she's more than just Justin Bieber's ex, it was a reminder of how far she's come. She walked into that ballroom as a two-time nominee, an accomplished actress, a business mogul, and a woman who is truly happy in her own skin, not as Justin Bieber's ex, but as Selena freaking Gomez.
I'm not sure it's more about misconceptions other than the fact that I'm genuinely happy where I am and I feel great.
And that right there, the biggest plot twist of all. But if you think that was the end of it, think again. Things got even messier just days after Selena's engagement news took over the internet. Guess what happened? Justin unfollowed her on Instagram. Yep, coincidence maybe, but let's be real, social media is basically the modern-day version of sending a message without actually saying anything, and an unfollow that's loud. So of course it didn't go unnoticed. The big question is why now? Was it because of the engagement? Was it because of that moment at the Golden Globes? Or was it something else entirely? Whatever the reason, one thing is clear: this story is far from over. Whether it's in a crowded ballroom, a quiet moment backstage, or through the chaos of social media, the connection between Selena and Justin whatever's left of it is still making waves. So what do you think? Was this just an unavoidable run-in? Or does this moment mean more than meets the eye? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive like this. Trust me, there's always more to the story.